And so we begin another day at Castle Edric, where we will see what all will happen. We survive the night, so it seems we are no longer the target. But there is no others here. Here's a moment where Thoriel just thought. So this is a moment where my character had a thought that I wouldn't do. She's going to go check if Elusive is here. Lethel, did you come home last night? Your voice is missed. That's her way of saying she misses Ithoriel. Luthel. I try not to... I do put a little of myself in some of my characters. But for me, it's more like... I need to remember to do her accent when I start talking her. But for me, it's more like... I want to go on the journey on behalf of the character. I'm not trying to put myself in her. I'm trying to go on the journey with her. To live that journey. Thoriel is probably the character I've put the most work in. Thank you for the follow, Deadshot. Hello, Sachi. I hope you are having fun tonight. Sachi, by the way, for those of you who are curious about roleplay, Sachi is over in is in the VRCon world, in the public world right now. Wow, thanks, JC. I really appreciate it. It's very kind of you. I'm gonna have to turn off the sounds. I was gonna do that for like the next minute. Sorry about this, everybody. I appreciate it, though, love. Very thankful, JC. I'm going to try to get to Purple Lotus to join.
Yeah, he's taking offered you services for nothing.
Good day.
Okay.
Well, if he doesn't need this, I wouldn't mind.
Good day, Thoria.
Good day, Christos. How are you?
And you could be getting paid for this as well. I think he's gonna care.
Actually slept well. Hopefully you're getting good sleep as well.
I need to work with him.
I heard talks and shouting outside, just Dario, that's it.
Have you seen Lethel?
It fell. I just got on my room at this moment, so I haven't seen her yet.
Alright.
Hopefully, you'll be able to find her.
I hope so as well. Thank you, Christos. I will see you later on.
Of course. For some tea, of course.
For some tea, of course.
Can you carry both? Yeah,
Thank you kindly, gentlemen.
I don't know that he's a leather worker. I do need leather work. I'm going to go ask for a wineskin later on to get ready for the trip I'm going to take. The trip away from here. But it is less of a priority now for Ithoriel. Anyways, as I was saying, VRCon, if you're interested, it would be... Sorry, I just saw Arn, and Ithoriel had a reaction to seeing him.
Well, either way, We should be headed to the tavern.
I am surprised you are still making deliveries, Harnov.
Alright. Deliveries? No.
Nice to see you again.
Just a bit of salvage to see what I can sell in the marketplace.
What type of salvage?
Forgettable. Nothing that would interest you. Some leftover bits and pieces of work for forgery.
I see. Hopefully you can find someone who it will prove useful for.
Oh, these
We'll
are
see.
so heavy.
That's the at least.
That we will.
Anywhere I've spoken, unfortunately, there is no real hope for being rebuilt. Somebody with the expertise, and it just costs too much.
And would take too much time. Forges are not easily found, are they?
No. No, they're not.
Do you plan to stay, Arnov?
I mean, I told somebody that I would. So I guess I will. How's your packing?
It is what I expected of you. Don't let me keep you, though.
If a man loses everything,
What is there
they have
left?
no worth in terms of goods.
When I brought the
What's left is their word.
and the fine cheeses, I would have sold them for
Their
triple
word.
the price.
And the truth of who they are.
Fair point. This place is bleeding dry.
Do not let me keep you, Arnov.
I feel
Forgive
like
me
there
for
are
being
still
short.
predators listening.
I have to try and make ends meet.
I understand.
What did you mean by my face isn't forgettable?
What did you say?
When you were talking with the ball lad, you said forgettable name.
So right now our friends are traveling.
See someone you know? You're paying for him?
No way this strips off the hunks of meat that I've hung up. I made little markings to show how big a single unit of dry meat should be.
I can take a look. Why are you inquiring for this person, though?
Good day.
I was just wondering if it'd be possible to speak to him.
Good morning.
This is the first time she's come here. So it is true then. And so it is that the end has come.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be like this if he wants to prove himself. It's give or take. But yes, if he wants to take, there's a hunk of hindquarters of a pig. So you could bring that for them. That should be 10 units worth. It'll be around.
Oops, I didn't mean to walk fast there. I'm going to do an elf thing and have a set. As opposed to a Tutho thing and have a shit. Which I did yesterday quite a bit.
See what skills he really has. If he does have the skills that they require, we may be able to pull some sort of arrangement.
Hello, Buddha Dreamer. Oh, you have spasmodes. Let me make sure I turn up the volume so you guys can hear it easier.
Very easy morning.
With a head such as that,
All the same
I can
price
only
to get
imagine.
in.
Sort of actually, but
He kind of pulls the lobe of his cloak aside to reveal a couple more. Everything in there.
Riker from Lionel.
Right.
They may leave if they choose not to pay it, but ask them if they want to pay it before they
A
come.
common finality within my people at the very least. But
It seems like everyone just wants to
honestly,
have
it's
a chat
not
with
too often I find
Riker
you
from
at the
Lionel,
gates.
as you know,
Especially one yes.
for now,
Oh, really?
as much as he does Aldo, he is exempt from pain. He is a wolf as well. He's doing someone more. Someone
let's
let the blacksmith slide because he is still having a spot of trouble.
Really? They are letting the blacksmith slide.
Unfortunately.
I just love that he's just walking around with a giant fish. That looks funny.
He is one of Cornwell's personal assistants.
Spaz has the best emotes. And Spaz is the best person as well.
Actually, could use Forge should need. Forge, as you know.
And what does the Lord need?
Forge.
Here, let me know
It's just gonna sit there and do that. Alright, we might as well deal with it now.
anything that needs done that the Lord believes
Love to see it, but I'm
I wonder if I can turn that down in the audio controls.
Unfortunately, I do not know. Probably be much more outside of
It's not access overlay. Where is that coming from?
I'm more curious. He seems to enjoy
temporarily, yes.
Oh wait, I've got the wrong audio source.
for food.
There we go.
That is someone that will
Is it OBS?
a little bit of help.
Probably OBS, isn't it? There we go. Okay, that's more manageable. Hello, Hoyd. I hope you are doing well.
Single available NPC who's not currently doing something. Sorry.
There we go. We should make sure all of our subs get noticed. So thank you again, JC, for all the subs. So what Authorial's doing now is she's waiting for she's waiting for Lethal to return to make sure her friend is okay. She doesn't want to have bring back all the people, he says. She caught that. It's not often guards regret the death of thieves. Oh, I'm glad. Tutho is a character I love a great deal. Is that Zeke? That is Zeke. It is too late for wishes, human. Far too late. I find it cute how, Oh, Hoyd. Thank you, love. I'm not worthy, but I appreciate it, dear. I suspect today is going to be a light RP session for us. I hope, though, that all of you will enjoy it, despite that. Tutho, returning to the earlier subject, Tutho is a character who's close to my heart.
of mine. Well... Or we can use the barracks if you want.
The bet? Yes, of course. That would be fine.
Good morning, Warden.
Good morning, Horst. For DM note, he is clearly carrying a body with a cloth draped over it. I am making a run to the graveyard. I have not seen Dompe. Apparently,
He likes to sleep.
man was arrested
I don't actually know.
before I did.
Oh, Buddha, yay. Go bother her with Mayfufus.
Let's have a lot of work to do.
Agreed, Warden. Died?
Good morning.
An old man, sounds like.
Final question.
Yeah.
I just want to ask the board, like, clearly carrying a corpse, and that's a little unnerving. What happened the other night? I heard a lot of fights.
Well,
How to make up for it now? We have a lot of work
Dario
to
has
do.
been removed.
Now that Osgood has returned.
Also, what did he do?
His actions have been proven to be against the law, and me, Osgood, and the sheriff team
The letter worker is Akiel.
and removed from
I don't know the character's name. Him, the one in orange there.
What's the paladins?
the paladins also helped.
Alright, if they're willing to help, then support this then, like you said. Alright. Well, let me keep
I saw a note about it, but I didn't have time to read it. You know, we were doing a lot of arrest reports. If you want to tell me about it, I'm willing to listen. Anything that make this town even more prepared against potential threats. I'm always down for.
Hello, Josh. I hope you are having a good day. I love the way Vinehelm talks in that character. It makes him sound so stupid.
And I'll let them know that you have plans as a craftsman, and if your work for the crown, you'll be allowed in the town without being charged the commerce.
That is why Zeke doesn't want to play a character. He thinks he won't do well, even though he would do fine.
Be a sort of subject because I know you two close enough, so I heard about it.
By the way, the reason why I'm popping up my
He seems like a good person.
chat like that is so I don't look down at my hand. Oh, Ikalos got fired. Or rather, the crown seized his property.
I know you're going to yell at me to pay tax when I come back in, but I am working on the logging house for the hunters. So, they said the tax is paid.
Maybe I should work on the guardhouse. I mean, I make arrows for them. They don't seem to give me a discount. Oh, in season 1, he was a bitch to her. Or he was rude to her, and she didn't forget him. Actually, was he? I don't think he was. I think she just doesn't like pointy ears. Yeah, I don't think it was his fault. I think she was just rude to him. And when he came back, she remembered him and was rude to him as well. And then he started mouthing back to her, back when she was more functional. So that made enough of an impression on Tutho that She remembered and recalled to be rude to him. Those horses are pretty. That is not true. Yeah, he never was. Hello, Vertaki. I hope you are well. Oh, some of you have the 3-month sub thingy now. I think if I'm correctly, that's a root beer float. I think that's a root beer float icon. Mei Fufu. An actual Mei Fufu. Here he is once more. I am as well. I'd like a root beer too. He's a big boy, isn't he? No more fights for him though, so he won't have easy money. Wow, it took the warden a while to walk over there. I love the warden. Execution. Yeah, you do. You're in his stumps. I'm listening to the conversation on the right over here. She hasn't put together who was executed yet. She knows.
Morning.
Good morning. To the both of you.
I understand this, but
It would be Frenchie who would be the creepy one. That's funny. Oh, you don't hear his stumps. I think it's Probably avatar volume, actually. I'll turn it up. Well, obviously they are starving. A proper guard would be aware of that. I tend to have the volumes turned down because I have very sensitive hearing. And what is normal for most people is too loud for me. So this is why you'll notice that I have things turned down very often. I turned it up now, though. Very occasionally you should hear a slight lute strumming. Let me turn it up so you can hear it better. Good morning, Marindale. It is. Sorry about today being a boring stream. Ethereal doesn't have much to do. She's literally just waiting to see if Letha will come. Maya? For the sake of your sanity, I may take her into the tavern. I suspect there will be much to listen to in there. I'll give it another 5 minutes or so. This is a dedicated NPC right here. Oh, here's the lute sound I was talking about. Let me turn it up so you can hear it. So that's the sound I hear all the time. It's a slight lute strumming that I listen to. It lets me know when the sound's about to loop. And there it is, it just looped now. Indeed. Our favorite hobbit is once more present. We will go visit her soon. Or rather, she will come to us. The world audio just looped again. Now she knows that Dario's in custody. Crimes? We are most curious. I don't actually know, but I assume that we were all evolved. Maybe magically assisted, but certainly evolved. Makovanen. How is my friend Maya?
Well, I'm doing quite well. Thank you. And how is my friend Ithoriel?
I am well. Have you seen Lethel by any chance?
I haven't seen her at all yesterday, actually, now that you mention it.
I was wondering if she had returned, but it seems no one has seen her recently. So what are you up to today, Miss Maya?
Well, just taking care of business around, all around the farm and so, yeah, just, regular, business as usual. And, how is, what are you up to today? if you don't mind me asking.
I am awaiting Lethel to see if she will return, and we'll be asking a friend of mine soon if she has more grain and perhaps some honey. I am going to ask her to acquire some honey for me, if she is able to. Let's see if Maya picks it up.
Oh, I see. Well, just to let you know, your friend doesn't have any access to any bees, like beehives, or well, as for the grains like that, that
Step back, Maya.
That's what the...
Step back. Oh. I didn't want you to get run over. So,
Real.
we will have to go hunting in the forest then, I imagine. It will be a thing of difficulty. Bees do not like being harvested, it turns out.
Well, I mean, maybe you could always like hire somebody. You can always have to do it yourself. It sounds like a little risky. However,
That is true. We could ask. I do not know how successful most people would be, though. The word you were looking for is an apiary.
Oh, I see. Apiary.
That is one who keeps bees.
Apiation.
I do not know if that is the correct word for that. I just prefer beekeeping.
Oh, I see. Though, I should have, or your friend should have some grains, I believe, today.
Wonderful.
About Soriel, or about Lethal.
Yes.
Where did she go, by the way?
I do not know. I have not seen her in a little bit of time.
Oh, I see. Hope she's alright. But let's see that you're doing alright too.
I hope so as well, Maya. I hope you have a good day.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Navar.
Naver, once you know how much grain you will have, I will buy it from you.
Alright. Understood.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care. Well, if it isn't fortuitous timing.
Which captain? Wait, there's only one now.
It seems Dario has found his way to the gallows.
Indeed.
What's this I hear about someone refusing to pay?
Good riddance.
So it is. The other captain has taken over his duties, but the fees are still the same. Some things never change.
I suppose not.
Would you enjoy some tea with me this morning?
I would, Azario.
Good. I have been joyful to wait for you. So your friend returned,
My friend.
Mr. Jackson.
Ah.
I saw him ride in on a fine stallion, if my eyes read the horse properly. One of grace and fine gait, a speedy one. I wonder if it is an elvish breed that he has returned with. It looked like it, but I am not familiar with them.
I'm unsure.
We shall find out in time, I am certain. Look, it is open. No more serpents to worry about, it seems. No fights this morning. And we also heard of Clifford's death.
Quite like ending a war.
You need to slow down for a guy who vowed never to drink.
Ernesto, please.
You can tell how much she doesn't like Jax because she doesn't stand next to him.
Good to see you, man. He's a what?
I must say, it does quite suit you.
What do you mean? We haven't talked to each other a while, haven't we?
I really want to say, why would we?
It's been too long.
I had imagined you would have gotten something embroidered.
Yeah, I did my own little design.
A sigil, perhaps, of a bartender? Perhaps 2 mugs. Thank you for the follow, Rena.
I see. Got it.
Renaman.
Alright. Had to boil your bowl's water.
Yes, please. It would be most welcome. How are we on food today?
For food, we have about 5 meats left, and that's all we have.
I will take one then.
As will I, Krista.
Alright. So, for you two, I do it for 40 for both.
Understood.
Alright.
Things are getting tight.
They are indeed. When I was last here,
Expensive.
it was 25 for a portion. So 20 is a nice discount.
I usually do a 2 for deal.
Ah,
I gave Arn and Tyler 2, so I'm like 2 for 40 sounds like a good deal. So the 40 along with 20 of water, that'd be 60 copper in all.
We will split it.
that's kind of you, Krista.
Alright. You could give it now while everything's being made.
30 for you.
And I'll be able to deliver it to the table.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I mean the seats. No tables.
Then perhaps it would be best to eat here.
Most likely. These are the only seats.
The luxury of Castle Hedwig.
Truly a wonder to behold.
Oh, hello, folk. I hope you are doing
I
well.
wonder, Krista, your eye. Was that the price of peace here?
It was more of like a snake bite, if you know what I mean.
Thank you, Hoyd.
A reminder.
Have you been attacked since yesterday?
Since yesterday, no. Been
Ah.
very lucky.
That is what I
Although
suspected
the thing
then.
is,
We have heard what happened yesterday.
yeah.
There were an execution.
Yeah. It's not
Here you go,
something I would
Hoyd.
like to see, but it was expected as a flip, so.
The changing of the guard, then.
Not just that.
Dario's apparently taken away, and our horse is now in charge of both the market and the port district.
It seems fitting that they would leave a horse in charge of Castle Hedwig, given what all has happened.
Not a horse, not a horse. Horse.
Not much of a difference between them. There you go. Your sip, my dear. Like how much you enjoy that.
Dario was the walk good.
Was that always there?
Convenience led me to
What?
Under the pan.
communication with Miss Meyer.
No, it is new.
About halfling brothels. And it was delightful to see Kido struggle with the conversation. It was
Indeed.
to say the least. And my company was
Alright.
Thank you again.
beginning to worry if we may have to ration our tea.
Really?
That is unacceptable. If that should happen, we will have to leave. Tea cannot be rationed. Tea is a right.
Of course. Thank you.
How much do you have left, Rosario?
I suspect about 10 days worth
You know where to go.
of
10
the
days?
of the infusion.
You two need anything?
You have a great deal more than I.
I keep up a regular stock of
You're
it.
drinking the infusion now?
Gratian tea is for guests.
All I have left is Gradian. And a Jasmine.
After them two, we only have...
Single Jasmine.
We will have to see our friend then, Mr. Jack, is it? Or we could go directly to the source. I had wondered if you were there this morning. Hello, Damien.
I was.
Thank you for the follow.
I can do a half because people need food.
She invited us for a lunch. But,
Sure.
she has many errands to run today, so I was
I'll see if
unsure
I can get
if I
more
could
for
make it.
Baylor as well.
Well, I can go talk to him if you want.
Understandable. I would not mind if we wanted to go for a walk after this. There's not much I have to do, and I am not able to get more wood at the moment, so I cannot work on my arrows. I do.
How much wood do you need, Rosario?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we're gone. So.
9
You
orders.
two,
Ordered 2 meals.
apologies. Yes. Do you two need your meat diced or cut anyway?
Salted.
Alright, and you?
I am capable of using cutlery.
Of course.
Do I look that young?
Sometimes people like it cut beforehand. Before it's cooked.
That is work of a child. That is what parents do for their children, so I have seen.
Fair enough.
I imagine it would be similar to paying someone to wash your hair.
Your teeth were missing, so we need to gum it.
Is that what you thought,
Oh, no.
Christos? That we are old elves, unable to gum upon our meat, as it were?
I mean, Jack straight up told me that he wanted it diced. So, I brought the suggestion to you both.
Can I kick him out of the house of elves?
You could try, Rosario. I think he's already been kicked out of one house.
Has he now?
You can still get kicked out, though.
Yes, I guess.
You can indeed.
As far as I know.
Yes. One can also abdicate.
You both are.
Oh, thank you.
Salted and vinegar.
I am compelled to picture that this is upon a plate,
You wanted it as well.
and I didn't just get handed a giant slab of meat
3.
that I'm now going to stuff into my face.
And you're eating.
I had yesterday.
Come and get some tea, Damien.
Kristaps.
Be careful not to cut yourself.
Alright, huh?
It is definitely some sharp corners.
Fine.
Waiter,
And I'll share the half with Quinn.
I think my meat is a little raw. Could you take it back and cook it a little more?
Some more meat off of Baylor, so what do you want?
Sure, I'll have one as well. That's
Hello, Smurfin. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow as well.
Boar meat, and that's it.
I wonder what animal this is. Is this for me?
It's boar.
It is quite boring.
Where to
Don't
play.
laugh.
No, that. I'm sorry, that was good. But, go on.
Ah, it is a delightful tea to have.
And Millie, are you alright?
So yes, quite a bit of wood. Luckily though, all of the iron arrowheads are ready. All of them.
Told me to eat, we would have one left.
Oh yes, Captain Silver. You will see her on Saturday.
Has our other associate, is she still
Considering
around or did she leave?
a large project.
I have not seen her since you all left.
A project. A big bow.
No.
By
I
the way,
see.
it's 25,
Perhaps now would be time for a walk then.
if you need any. If there's something you need to talk to me about, Millie, let me know.
Shall we?
Good day, Christos. Thank you. Nover.
Good day.
Oh, yeah, Christos.
I hope you're doing well, folk. And having a good day.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm going to tell
Damn
some.
nice. Oh, that bloody time.
Quite the crowd.
The boyer and the fletcher. You seem so sure.
Ah, those are the ones. Nice to meet you too.
Good day. I am the Fletcher. This is the Bower.
But you know, like, you know, I think
My name's Riker. I'm the one around town. Stonemason from Vinyl, actually. And quite busy, I would seem.
Stonemason.
I'll take a look into this. See if I can find something.
Is there some way we can help you?
I've already found quite a bit of work, but we just wanted to stop and say hello, I suppose.
It's going well.
Well,
Are you to be working with Aldo?
Well, let's go down the list. New foot for him.
It is progressing
Walk on the forge. Iron Wolf work.
as good as it can.
what work of
All I can possibly get done.
what work on the forge, if I may ask?
Grip onto
Well, look,
their
we assessed it, and we were just looking over what was salvageable, what was not, and to be quite honest, the whole thing is shagged. We'd have to.
You
build it
really
up
need to
from
understand more of
scratch
your own
essentially.
culture, or you believe that is part of it.
So then, you don't have work on the forge.
The last time I talked to you,
Yeah, but the
last
iron
time,
was what
last
to me
time
to
we
get the
talked
full
outside of the
expense
gate,
cost and everything like that.
another one before,
we want
where
a
you
full expense
were only making noises.
Oh, the Iron Wolves asked for it.
Hobbit thing.
It's interesting business process right now.
Well, I mean, like, you don't see humans, but like,
I see.
I don't,
Well,
but
good
you
day
could
then.
be a weird hobbit.
Usual, man.
We could be very
Nice to meet you.
Jax, give me the delivery that you requested.
maybe you're a hobbit, maybe you're
No.
that's a hobbit.
No. Well, then you should go find Jax. I gave him 10 units of wood for you. For our other
Ah,
I'm sorry.
You think
Yes, that
you
way.
think I am a hobbit?
good.
Look here, really quick.
Nover.
Did you not deliver it to the workshop, Aldo?
Well, I was going to, but then Jack said you were staying at his place.
These are very
These are
easy.
dangerous.
He kind of tugs at it a little bit. They're very real.
No, Aldo. And nice to meet you, Stonemason.
Do you think his last name is Stone? Thank you, Brone.
Riker Stone. Perhaps it's Mason.
Ah, Mr. Mason
That
then.
would be more common.
And should he be knighted, he would be Sir Mason. Builder.
Mason.
Builder of bridges and walls.
I think making a bridge would be well beyond his capabilities.
And let us hope not. If he is a mason, he should be capable of construction, especially if he's building a forge. Your friend is up ahead. I shall catch him before he departs once more. Perhaps you will get your delivery. Chewing on meat as we were.
Aldo told me that you could take 10 wood that I had paid for. Did you have it delivered to my workshop?
Yes, that is my workshop.
We shall go arrange that then first.
It's been delivered, Athario.
Oh. Is it secure then?
I would imagine.
I have a suspicion that the troubles that have travailed us recently are perhaps finished. I suspect there was a high price to pay for this, but it has been paid now. In the blood that runs through the streets, the blood of the skulls.
A changing of the guard. Indeed.
And them is real. One wonders what price that will pay. And whom it is who paid it.
You do not believe they are linked?
I do not know. All I know is that an arrangement was attempted to be made with Mr. Dario, with Narsh, and it was rejected in front of us. It's like if there was working going on, whatever arrangements were made were no longer valid. It is being controlled by Jax. We have added them to the map. I think Gambit actually did that. Yeah.
We got the silver returned at the very least.
Yes. We could perhaps travel, if you wish, to go visit our friend.
Of course.
I will follow you then. I have no matter of attendance for myself. Oh, don't sigh. Don't you like being in front?
You know I'm prone to getting lost, Athario.
Oh, you are familiar enough with this place now. No longer a worry. Good day. At least they are more polite now than they were before. We even got a nice greeting. Why is Ursa being followed by guards? Oh, Merendel. It seems for a scribe he spent a great deal of time not within the scribbery. I love it when she sighs.
Shall we be discreet?
What is that wonderful human term? Pick your poison. Such an odd word to use for making a choice between two options.
I have found often that the poison picks you, Athario.
Oh, that's a bit pointed, isn't it? How about one who chooses not to have poison? What choice do they get to make then? I like to think of it as a fork in a path, since I do spend quite a bit of time walking about. That is actually one of the staff members. So she comes when she feels like it. She is a love, though. She actually made almost all of the female models, including the beautiful one that I used for Tethiel. Yes, Lethal.
I had been contemplating a difficult bow to make. Something I'm not overly familiar with, but I do know how to make it, and I've made them in the past, but they require a great deal of effort.
What bow would be difficult for the hands of Lethal?
Every curve.
Ah. Have you found the correct wood, then? That requires lamination, if I recall correctly. Maple and heartwood.
It's not the wood I'm worried about. I believe I have what I need in that regard. It is getting the animal sinew just right, and the leather. To composite it together is much more difficult than a simple short bow.
And we have lost our leather worker.
Indeed.
His shop was closed most recently.
Oh. I thought you meant he had died.
No. Yeah, she's wonderful. Her name's Awukla. It is. Well, his shop was boarded up. When I awoke this morning, I saw them opening it back up. But not him. I do not know where Icarus has gone. I assumed he was in the grove.
I didn't see him. But regardless, if I should manage to create something satisfactory,
Yes?
I would wish to give it to you as a parting gift.
As a parting
I cannot
gift.
leave as you would.
Why not? What is it that tethers Lethal to Castle Edwick?
My house has found me here.
We recall a letter received asking many questions about our friends of the night.
Hmm. To leave would be to betray the house.
It would be unwise to be an elf without a house, especially in these times. I wonder, though, how long would they ask Lethal to stay?
As long as I am useful. Oh, I wish they had just forgotten me.
Or let me restate that question. How long will Castle Edwick and the knowledge therein be useful to the elves of Esmethalos? How close will it have to be to becoming the Empire's? This is what Athoria wonders.
If the time comes, I believe my house will not abandon.
It is nice of them to think that down in Esmethalos, but I wonder, how will that hand extend here when the time comes?
If they can reach out now and touch me, all the way here in Adwick, when the time comes, they can reach out a hand and help me.
There's a difference.
They see me only as an asset. Authority, that's how my house operates.
There is a difference
Things are assets.
between the reach of a letter, of a finger, and the reach of a body to protect. So we ask again. I do not ask these things to trouble you. I ask you to think upon them. For when the time comes, it will not be a letter that will be making that decision for you. Unless they are prescient in a way that we do not know. But how often has one seen elves predict things of humans properly? How often have they understood the speed at which humans move versus those of the elves living in their marble houses, deep in the forests where they are safe? Just words for one to ponder upon while they are waiting letters.
Here's how it is, Authorial. As long as I am useful to them and can provide them with information that helps, they will help me. And although I shall be expected to fend for myself, I am granted some level of assumed competence on their behalf. But as long as I am useful, they will help me. And I have learned so many things here that the house
Yes.
would find rather useful.
One wonders, though, how useful you will be when the Empire comes.
The Empire is not at war with Ashmethalas.
The Empire is at war with all who are not Empire. They may not have said the words, but they certainly have done the deeds.
A letter can be rather powerful, Authorial. With a letter, one can walk through armies and out of sieges.
Have you seen how far a letter of Ashmethalas takes one within the Empire?
There must be some ability to negotiate.
Some negotiation with those who would burn. Perhaps it would be time to ask some who have come from the Empire what their impression is of what the missives of Ashmethalos are worth to the Empire. There are those that could be asked such things. I am sure a useful tool to her house would be able to find one to ask. Hello, Blushy. There is plenty of time. It is not something to rush. I won this.
I do not believe there is plenty of time, Authorial.
As the humans see it.
As the humans see it.
There is never enough time for an elf. All change is too fast for us. Which is why we make houses
I probably shouldn't.
of marble.
I probably shouldn't ask permission then.
For?
To leave.
No.
If they say no, then I shall have to
Whoa.
do so regardless.
Now we are learning the lessons of the humans. 'Tis better to ask forgiveness than to ask permission. But for now, it is not worth considering.
For now, I cannot consider leaving.
When?
Not until I've had another communication with the house.
Authorial
But I shall make
agrees.
this bow for you, Authorial.
I will accept graciously. My unworthy hands.
Dangerous.
Aye, they have. Our friends are few and far between. You didn't see it, but I actually looked at the front door. My eyes looked to the front door there.
If I do get stuck here, and I burn in their fires, at least something of me will have made it out.
We do not like this
Although we
talk.
would never meet again.
We definitely do
you
not
would
like
still
this
have the
talk.
bow.
Let it not come to that, Lethel. Now is not the time to make that decision. It is a trouble of our kind to make a decision before death has come. That we will die in this place. It is one of our failings.
I don't know how to make you understand this, Authorial, but
I understand. I just don't agree. You speak the one who has made the choice that you are thinking.
I don't see the road away. I don't see a way out.
Perhaps a lesson of the humans then would be useful. We do not have to make enemies of tomorrow. Should a choice necessitate being made, make it in the moment. Do not worry about the morrow. Handle what has come today. One day at a time, as they say. We speak Sindarin.
Then today,
I'll be a minute.
I shall impart to you knowledge of things I have learned of Mirabelle.
Huh? We will listen with our full attention. Shall I prepare to be disappointed?
Unless you already know the information, Authorial, and I've underestimated you.
Unlikely. I care little for Marindale.
Are you familiar with Dwarven runesmithing?
Nay, It is of dwarves. Don't give me that look. I don't like them.
Neither do I, is what I feel. But I grit my teeth and learn regardless.
Ew.
Ew, indeed. Mirandel has found some way to create something more than runes. Inscriptions on tablets.
Miranda has learned to write. I'm kidding. Continue.
You've heard, of course, about the gates.
Yes. We have heard, thanks to Lucian's loose lips.
Hmm. These tablets power the gates.
Ah.
With life force.
A cruelty, that is.
And this is what they have been experimenting on. I was told that they had a pebble, very small. And upon it was inscribed something. And when Mirandel was struck, the pebble shuddered. But he was unharmed. And it appears there are types of tablets.
I'm checking her expression.
One for the drow, one for human, one for Bjorning.
Run for Bjornen. Run for the drow. What is the difference between the tablets?
I'm unsure. I believe it is the nature of the inscription. Something about the locations. Ledford, Kagovia, Badaria.
Why all in Ireland?
I don't know.
One for each of the species.
Perhaps.
Repeat them again. Which species?
Human, drow, and the Bjorning.
Human, drow, and Bjornen. I'm trying to get her angry expression.
It seems odd, doesn't it?
Especially given the locations, there is no reason for drow to have a location within Ireland. It has never been their land.
I'm unsure the connection between the races and tablets and the location.
When they say the connection, what exactly do they mean?
I'm unsure. I simply know there is one for the drow, one for the human, and one for the Bjorning.
Of course, he wouldn't bother to look into it, would he? He would just assume that is the way it is. How do we know one applies to the drow? Is it respond to them in some way? Is it written in their language?
I do know that Cerebus has one.
Of course she does.
And she is attempting to find a way to power it.
Of course she
in the
is.
most crude way possible.
Maybe she could kill herself.
I can imagine her slitting someone's throat
Of course.
over the tablet and hoping that would work.
Naturally. What else would a drow do?
Faye knows much of this. She spoke to me of it. She is not my only source of information, but she spoke of it. She said her mother would,
Mother?
over time, be able to power it herself.
Oh, that mother.
Yes.
It seems to be an affection of those who, like the Dryad, to claim mothers who are not their own. This is a great
so you
fear,
know as much as I do now.
which is, in essence, little beyond things that bring more worry. We will have to see one of these tablets. Immerhin, ninmeld sistere mel ethukin, ardon ether. Of course. If they knew how to use them, they would be using them. I wonder. One question that springs to mind, how does Faye know her mother is capable of powering one?
Interesting question. She said something like, how did she put it? That she would soon be able to power them without without damaging anything by drawing from afar, something like that.
It is impossible to know without seeing them and understanding better how they work. You said life force. I wonder how that was tested.
Life force, yes, that was a word you used.
Yes, how was that tested? How was that discovered? How is it known? That is the question.
The salt was always here, was it not?
That is the question Lethal should ask. How do they know it is powered by life force?
Good question.
It would be something to
Afraid to ask, Azariel.
present as a mere curiosity. Oh, you mentioned that before. How did one come to that conclusion? Smile.
I believe she's dangerous.
They're all dangerous to us.
A human being dangerous is nothing strange. But a Tavarel, corrupted by humans,
She has chosen to live among them, to work with them. She has left her first for them. It is not the first time this has happened. No, of course not. They all end up inevitably the same way. To tether one to the lives of mortals is to live with mortality, and to die as a mortal. It will happen. It is inevitable. It is only a question of when.
Did you ever, Casario? I never had the courage, but when we first saw her, her colors were different.
Faded they were.
Like autumn.
And then she was green again.
Did you ever,
I did not. A life force, though, one wonders. This is not something I have ever heard before. Lethal, I have been in many tombs. Many underground places that have been forgotten. And I have never seen the things that were described to us, and certainly not mysterious tablets powered by life force. Assuming what they tell us are true, that means something is changing.
something is changing?
What was once hidden is now revealed. I can tell you that the humans did have great technologies before. Much knowledge has been lost out of this world. They have regressed, even in the span of my lifetime. I've had to teach villages how to rotate their crops. Even this knowledge was lost to them. The herbs that Faye so lovingly studies now was taught to me by a human. It was knowledge back then, common among them.
Have they really regressed?
And now they are progressing again. And as always happens when this happens, a particular force has assembled. And what does it do with the power it has acquired? It sweeps over the land like an enemy, like a wave, unstoppable and destructive.
Like a forest fire.
Like a fire.
This is bad news, Asario.
Yes. Death comes to Edwick. Death travels across our land. And I fear that none of us will escape it. Unless we prepare and ready ourselves to leave when the time is right. Well, some of us. Others will await our leather.
Do you have contact with home?
Nay. But there is one who does. Oh, our friend of Green, of course. She had told me that she received a letter from a member of my household.
Yes. Then we shall pull on that thread. I believe things are changing in Ishmael.
It is the old poem again. Iamar presterein. A change is coming.
Now, you imagine we are living in the dying embers at the end of the world.
I do not know if it is the end of the world, but it could be the end of Lethel and Lothoriel, should we choose poorly. Lethel, you have lived in Eshmetalas for a time, yes?
I have, sorry.
Do you remember how many elves were lost in that time? Exactly. And since we have been here, how many have we lost?
We've lost. We lost only that many because of Iander. Things could have been different. Things can be different.
Yes, we were awaiting you.
I'm sorry, I hope I didn't keep you alone. I was just gathering.
No.
There is no long to an elf, dear.
Well, I guess I could say that now after finding out certain things.
It is good to see you, Faye. I hope you are doing well. Oh, my chat disconnected.
Quite the bountiful harvest.
It looks like it. We would not wish to keep you outside of your home. We were just here to visit. Although I will need to depart shortly. I have much arrow work to do. The guards need their arrows.
Time enough for tea then.
I had to tea, sadly. I will have to depart now.
Well then, at least we got to say hello.
Quite so. Miss Faye, Lethel, Nover. And good day to the two of you. Be safe. Oh, the mosquitoes are buzzing quite well today. Yes, they are. Let me know if my chat is working there. I always go the wrong way when I return. I like how the thing loaded up. That's what I picture when it pops in like that. Like it's making a little pop sound in my head. Okay. I'm glad. I like making it interesting. Unfortunately, I can feel my throat hurting now. Now I will have to head home. And then I will go visit Sachi. Go say hello at the Purple Lotus booth. I wonder if he's streaming right now. Oh. Not yet. Purple Lotus is open, though. I'm surprised the boss isn't streaming. For those of you who want to see Tutho from yesterday, I would recommend watching Ariana's perspective, Yendel, the Dryad. She got a bit of one-on-one time with Tutho. Brunswick also, if you want to see Tutho, especially at the beginning, because Tutho was making a bunch of jokes. She was in a good mood at the start. More sane than usual. God, I forget how far back this place is. Tutho is fun. It's one of my favorite characters to portray. This is Tutho's castle, not yours. Yesterday emotionally wrecked me. Well, well. I believe I heard them call this the Hunter Lodge. Which is weird because by the end of it, everyone knew. I assume Amelia actually was the one who told them. I would figure she was instructed to let them know. Well, they knew about the key to the lower area. If you're talking about the front door, that was one of the NPCs. And that's why no one knew who it was. But they knew Tutho had it for like most of the night, because they kept begging her to give it to him. But Tutho wasn't, out of character, I was instructed not to give the key away. When you get an instruction like that, you have to find a way to encode that, to capture that into the character. So the character can live that choice. Seen whom? Lethal is currently at the cabin. With Faye. Very well then. Good day. Naver Galad. Ah. No, I am okay. Thank you. I believe she had 10 deliveries, if I recall correctly.
Yes. I've been helping her, and I figured I should ask you.
Thank you.
Please don't let me take up the archway.
You can do that quite effectively on your own. But I'm sure we can fit an elf next to a Björnin.
Probably. Then again, I don't know why you moved out of the side.
Why I did?
Yeah.
Sure.
We could stand on the archway side by side. I don't know why you moved out of the way. Look, we both fit.
Mm-hmm. Because you have a crutch.
Yes. That doesn't make me weak. That makes me slow. The difference.
I did not imply it. It was a courtesy. That last statement by Authorial is Authorial being pissed. Basically, you're an idiot. You should know better. She was doing it so that you could easily get through there. But no, he's going to be an ungrateful git about it. By the way, she turned down... She turned down Galad, because she doesn't like him. That's the only reason. Yes, poor Baylor lost his leggies. Actually, I didn't even notice. Ah-ha-ha. Speaking of runesmithing.
Can't do much about the iron. Hello again?
Are you wearing that box?
Sorry.
No worries. I'm curious if it was a new dwarven fashion.
No, what is it?
Good day then, Aldo.
Hopefully have a good day.
Hi.
Well, I'd love to help, but got a lot of work, but I'll definitely help out. Don't worry.
I could help you.
Good day, guardsman.
Okay.
We got in without paying the guards. Fuck you.
How can I help you?
I saw you nearby the leather worker and are there when it opened back up. Do you know if the
Yes,
leather worker
actually.
works the shop now or
Yes. As a matter of fact, you're speaking to him. The name's
Oh, really?
I've been appointed by the crown to do what the previous worker could not. Production.
Good. Now I know who the leather worker is. Horsey? I don't know if you guys heard it, but there was a horsey sound. Alright, chat. Who are we gonna raid today, I wonder? Which a lovely friend of ours when we go visit and go pass along our love. And then half of you would disconnect. Because you don't like watching the same people I do. I always find that funny. How many people leave. From a raid, usually it's less than half who stay. Baylor is always cranky. I think it's part of being a Bjarnan. Faye was trying to hint to me that she's a wood elf, but Authoriel doesn't care about learning anything about her. She's 22. She's basically a human. So Authoriel's just like, whatever. I don't know. In character, I don't know that she's a wood elf. Authoriel just doesn't care much about learning anything about her, really. She's human enough. Right now. She's not even, to an elf, she's 22. She's not even a person yet. So, we'll put our money away. She's a babby. Yeah, she's not even a person yet. Basically, you can think of her like a little toddler. She's not worthy of speaking to. Oh, there we are. There's my boss. We're gonna go raid Sachi.